and that is just the truth. Each share, no bullshit. You're welcome to watch 94.9 FM, your number one fun health radio. And of course, we are having another special edition right here to give you something very interesting right here today. Uh, we have someone special with us this morning. And of course, we are going to be having a short interview session with this personality, a top personality. And of course, I'll be introducing her just right about now. She's Mrs. Morayo Olubunmi Lamilisha. Okay, and she's the chairperson in the Nigerian Association of Social Workers Lagos State Chapter and a director in the community development sector working with Lagos State government. She's right here with us and she'll be doing justice to some questions we are going to ask her. But as a matter of introduction, I'm Samuel Fatokun, and of course, concerning the World Social Workers Day. Yes, there are quite a number of facts about that day. Of course, it's celebrated every March and it's celebrated across the world, and events are organized throughout the month of March to celebrate this particular day. The day is an opportunity for social workers and others in the social service sector to celebrate their achievements as well as to raise awareness and support for the important role that social workers play in the lives of children, families, and communities facing adversity. Talking about the words of Joachim Mumba, the IFSW president. This theme highlights the critical role of intergenerational care, respect, and collaboration in creating resilient communities and sustainable environment. He has a whole lot more to say. What is the theme he's talking about? This year's theme is strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being. Let's just get right into it. We have not so much time. You're welcome to the program, Mrs. Morayo Olubunmi. So nice to have you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fatokun. I feel honored being in your studio. It's so cozy and welcoming.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's so nice to have you. And of course, we are going to be talking about the World Social, Workers Day right about now. Why is Social Workers Day that important, Mrs. Morayo?
Yes, this celebration is very important because you find out that globally we have social problems.
Okay.
So it's to resonate the fact that we are the helping generation. And as you know, this year's theme, strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being, it resonates deeply with our own values as social workers, and we recognize that the importance of intergenerational care and connections are really in-depth when you want to have functional families in all sectors of the economy. We acknowledge that care is everybody's responsibility and not just the domain of women, as some societies promote. So it is for us to let people know what we do as a profession.
Right.
As professionals, we are the caring and helping profession.
Right.
We have 7 sectors: social welfare, community development. We have those are medical social workers as well. We have the students in our midst. We have those working with NGOs. We have those working with private organizations and hospitals. We have those who are, our teachers. We call them social work educators, and they are all over Nigeria.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that response. When we talk about social workers, who are these people and what do they do?
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Yeah, social workers are people that have undergone training, and what they do is they try to ensure that social problems are solved across board. What are these social problems? For example, poverty is a social problem because everything that affects the society is a social problem. Not having functional homes is a social problem. Children in school, we also have school social work. Student, youth restiveness is a social problem. So what we do is we make people overcome all challenges that they are faced with to let them live a reasonable life, and so that their mental health is highly protected. So we deal with families, we make families functional, we deal with individuals. Even there's industrial social work that has to do with your job.
Wow.
So we have social workers everywhere.
Yeah.
You need social workers to run your life. You need social workers on the home front, in your place of work, even in churches,
Okay.
in mosque, everywhere.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that response. Yes, moving on to the next question. Well, are there pros and cons of being a social worker?
Yeah, there are pros and cons, but more importantly, social work is a selfless
Mhm.
service, is service to humanity,
Okay.
is what you do that it's a service you render that God can reward. In Nigeria, particularly the Lagos State government is doing a lot. Look at the DSVA, that's Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency. They're doing a lot. I want to talk about the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, where you have all sorts of issues ranging from family social services, school social work, all sorts are taken care of. Then you have women affairs and poverty alleviation. Those they take care of women and empower them. So, the pros and cons is that, we are not appreciated as we are supposed to be appreciated because the remuneration is not when you want to how do I call it? You want to compare us with other climes. Then aside from that, people are not in the know. Like we went on a walk today in a sensitization walk and a market outreach. People were odd. They didn't even know that such exists. So there are many disadvantages than advantages. We need the backing of the government like never before. And we need organizations, agencies, yes, commissions and agencies, commissions and embassies, the powers that be to come support social work so that we can assess, like for example, the economy of Nigeria today has left many in, I don't know what state to call it. Many have mental health challenges. When you're driving, you're agitated. When you're walking, you're agitated. Everything around you affects you. So, by social workers, we are underutilized because we are not as recognized as we ought to. Particularly as we got legislated, we enacted in December of 1922. Oh, sorry, of 2022. Sorry, 2020. Up till now, what's it called? The council that's supposed to regulate all social work activities, it has to be constituted because people out there are confused.
Okay. Well, talking about the cons, as the chairperson of the Nigerian Association of Social Workers, Lagos State Chapter, before we move to the next question, you talked about the fact that there's been a challenge about remuneration. I mean, looking at someone who is in the active space, what has been done? What are you doing to actually rectify the problem on ground and the problems you've listed?
Yeah, nothing can actually be done. Not much can be done until the council. It's not an individual thing, but as an individual, we're advocating. This administration is advocating for better service. But when the council is constituted, then the council can regulate, can tell, okay, Ministry of Establishment in all government agencies, this is what you're supposed to do. This is hazard allowance. This is what you're supposed to do. Those in NGOs, they can actually set a standard. So it's not an individual thing per se. It's something that knowledgeable professionals in different sectors will come together to say these are the challenges that we are facing, and as such, this is the intervention that is needed. So it's not an individual thing, but as an individual, we're backing up, we're communicating with all other executives across the different states of the federation, and the national body too is not resting on its oars. Yes.
Okay, just looking away from just the immediate environment, are you looking at partnering with international bodies or something like that as one of the ways to rectify the problem?
Yes, we are. There was a time, even till now, UNICEF has been supporting us. And we had written to several organizations too. But, the response has been slow.
Okay.
Like now, we intend to actually give awards to those that have supported us.
Okay.
But we find out that many of our members have their individual NGOs. So they've been so supportive, like the work we went for, it was the NGO sector that was highly represented.
Okay.
They are always they always desire and they crave to do more to the social workspace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, moving to the theme of the day itself. The theme of this year is strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being. And in the words of Joachim Mumba, okay, well, he talked about quite a number of things, but I'd like to pick the fact that he said the theme underscores the social work profession's dedication to building connection, the value, the wisdom of our elders while empowering younger generations to tackle today's challenges and envision a better future. He has a whole lot to say, which time won't permit us to take. But I'd like to get your perspective about the theme of the year. I mean, aside from what the president has said, I mean, as a voice in the space, as the chairman of the Nigerian Association of Social Workers for Lagos State Chapter, what is your interpretation of the theme of this year?
My interpretation of the theme of this year is that, families are important in promoting well-being, enduring well-being. And this I want to break down to the fact that, the person you are starts from the home front. Before you go out to work, your home matters. That is your foundation. Before you go out to work, to go out to church, you go out to the mosque. Before anything, your parents and the type of home that you come from really determines who you are. It helps, if there's a functional home, if you are coming from a functional home, there will be genuine care. There will be connections. There will be you. It will affect all sectors of the economy. Do you get me?
Yes,
Because
yes,
how happy you are determines, affects others.
exactly.
So if you come from a very unhappy environment, it affects everything you do. So, and it transcends beyond you. You affect others. So, my own interpretation is that, our efforts should not be tireless in ensuring that we have functional families, in ensure that we have total well-being. What is total well-being? For you to eat well, to feed well, to communicate well, to be loved, to love and to be loved. Then we can talk of promoting social justice and human rights, social development, community development. Then we'll be able to recognize the challenges we face so that we can also celebrate resilience and our determination to manage and overcome all social problems.
Okay.
That's my own interpretation of
Okay,
it.
thank you for doing justice to that. Before we move on to another related question, I'd like to ask, what are the core values of the social work profession? What are the core values?
Yeah. The core values of social work profession, they are confidentiality,
Okay.
empathy, um, uh, what's it? Confidentiality, um, empathy.
Okay. I
Uh,
think those are very relevant points so far. Okay, thank you for your response to that. Now, talking about seeing.
Integrity,
Okay, okay.
having
You still want to
compassion.
push up
Yes,
more? Okay.
yeah,
Yes, please
compassion,
continue.
integrity, um, compassion, integrity, competence, dignity,
Okay.
knowing the dignity and worth of a person,
Mm.
social justice. That's about it.
Okay.
That's about
Okay.
it.
Thank you for that. Yes, talking about all these that you've mentioned, how do you think all of these core values are relevant to the society? You've talked about integrity. You've talked about compassion, right? You've talked about some very other, yes,
Competence.
competence, some very other vital points you've raised right there. How do you think this can come into our nation and making it a very better place for us all? I mean, looking at Nigeria, there are quite a number of challenges going on right now. How do you think these core values can fit into the system and make it a better place?
I think it's more of an individual thing. For example, in my office, those that work together, we communicate. So helps a lot because the frame of mind, one's frame of mind determines how competent, how compassionate, how committed
Okay.
you'll be in rendering your service. So it's more of an individual thing and how you relate with making one know that you earn a salary not because you just want to get fed. It's because you get paid to do that thing. So you have to be committed to that cause. And you have to be competent in whatever you do. You have to be able to you have to be able to work and ensure that you get results. For example, saying now that, okay, I'm trying to contact you to do something for me. I've been calling and no, it's not enough for me to call you 100 times or a dozen times, but it's for me to get what I want from you. So that's about it. So
Okay.
competence and compassion, commitment
Yeah.
is about relating well with those around you, even from the home front, father to mother to children. Then before you start talking about the outside community.
Okay, thank you for that. You're listening to the voice of Mrs. Morayo Olubunmi. And of course, she's been doing justice to the questions we've been asking so far. It's the day for us to celebrate the World Social Workers Day. And of course, we've been asking quite a number of vital questions right here and receiving very interesting responses. Yes, moving on to the next question and talking about the major challenges, the biggest challenges facing social workers in a work environment. What can we highlight as the biggest challenges? In different spaces, people have different challenges. There are people who have different challenges in banks. There are some that have challenges in hospitals. There's some that have challenges even in radio stations, although I don't think we have any challenge here, right? So, yeah.
Are
So,
you sure there are always challenges?
okay. We are yet to highlight them. Okay, yes, talking about the biggest challenges facing social workers in work environments, what do you think are the major challenges?
Well, I think empathy, the lack of empathy,
Mm,
bureaucracy, limited collaboration, understanding that your co-workers also have needs, you know, workloads, inadequate funding. I didn't want to put that first, but that's
okay,
also a major thing. Safety concerns, burnout, burnout and compassion. You know that you have your personal challenges, you have your home challenges, you have the financial challenges. So I should be empathetic. Empathy is very key. Knowing that, okay, Samuel is going to get on the staff bus. So why should I not give him his task early to enable him take that staff bus? I encumber you with a lot of workload. You miss the staff bus. Am I going to support you with your transport fare? Am I going to leave you to go? Then the policies are in place also have to be looked into. The work environment has to be looked into to make it more service friendly. Do you get me? Thank you.
okay, yes, thank you very much, Mrs. Morayo. Now, looking at the fact that you've been the chairman, the chairperson for the Nigerian Association of Social Workers, what would you say has been the achievement within the time you joined and this current moment?
Well, we've been able to achieve quite a number of things, and we're still looking for support to do better because I'll be finishing my tenure in less than a month by the grace of God.
And when
So
did you start?
we 2021
2021, okay.
2021 we have been able to move the membership strength from 270 to like 720. We supported national a whole lot to ensure that the bill for social work establishment was passed into law, and that was done in 2022. And when you say support, we supported through and through.
Wow.
Then we've had so many outreaches, school social work outreaches, market outreaches. church outreaches to enable people know that there's a profession called social work, and we've really been helping a number of people. We've been empowered. We did lots of counseling, mental health sessions. We've done a lot of capacity building, and yes, both locally and internationally.
Okay.
So we are believing that the association will get better and better by the day.
Okay. Yes. With somewhat of your wealth of experience, I'd like to ask if you've ever witnessed a situation where social workers or a social worker is agitating for his or her right, and how was the situation handled?
Well, that happens quite often. And those I know that are involved are in the NGO sector. I know that's why they have wide coverage, and they were able to access help. Even those that had terminal illness issues,
Okay.
they got help. And even yesterday, I would not mention where, somebody got across to me. The child was supposed to get funding for a hole in the heart. And to the glory of God, we're able to do something. So for social workers, it happens everywhere because we're also human. So many goes unreported.
Okay.
For example, there was a time too that I too needed counseling. I needed people to talk to me, and we are there to support one another. And it's very interesting because you, as a social worker, like my colleague right here,
Okay.
I was counseling him on an issue, and it has to do with having a family member that is ill in the hospital. It's something that would affect you normally. So what do we do for ourselves? We raise help. We ensure that we get the adequate help needed
Okay.
to ensure that that situation does not get out of hand.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for your response. We would have loved to take more questions and more responses, but time is fast spent already, and we'll have
Yeah.
to draw the curtains on the program today. It's so nice to have you right here, Mrs. Morayo Olubunmi. Yes, and that's the chairperson.
Yes.
You said,
I
oh,
said it's nice being here
oh,
too.
okay, okay. Yes, and that's the chairperson, Nigerian Association of Social Workers, Lagos State Chapter. I don't know. Do you want to mention the person that accompanied you?
Yes, Mr. Adeboye Olagunju.
Okay, so
He's in from the NGO sector,
oh,
and he's one of our cheerleaders,
okay,
very supportive. He's a member of the present electoral committee
okay.
that will see that other seasoned together with his chairman and the team, we see
Okay.
that other good, reliable
Okay.
social workers they take the helm of affairs.
Okay. So nice to have you around, Mr. Adeboye. Okay, yes, you're welcome. Okay, yes, sir. Thank you very much for listening, our listeners. It's right about that time where we are going to draw the curtains on the program today. Believe you've had an interesting time, just as we have had in the studio right here today. Well, we are going to be having some other interesting programs coming up, but by 12, the news is going to come up, and definitely you don't want to miss it. And so many other programs today coming on Wash 94.9 FM. I still remain your brother, Samuel Fatuko. Have a wonderful day.
Wash 94.9 FM.